You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keetin. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV Saturday Night Live After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's SNL After Show.
Bing is for doing, and we're doing another AfterBuzz After Show for Saturday Night Live for the April 13th episode, hosted by Vince Vaughan, musical guest Miguel. I'm your host, Matthew Kyle. With me this week, two lovely ladies, not one, but two. Wow, that sounds like deja vu. I have the lovely Keetin Marchi.
Hi, everybody. I missed you from last week.
She did miss us. And Roya Taheri.
I'm back. I did it.
We're doing well?
Great. How are you
The
doing?
girl on the panel.
That's
Love
right.
it.
Outnumbered. Well, this week we had Vince Vaughan. Overall thoughts, Keetin?
I love me some Vince Vaughn. He's, a good old Chicago boy, and he's literally looked the same for the past 10, 20 years, I feel like. Ever since I was introduced to Vince Vaughn, he hasn't changed in his looks, but he bored me.
Bored. Okay.
Bored, yawning, like wanted to fast forward through sketches with my DVR because I was just.
And you like him?
And I like him.
Wow.
I do.
Okay.
I love Wedding Crashers.
Roya?
I'm kind of biased. I don't like Vince Vaughn.
Okay, the other side of the spectrum. Okay, we're filling it out.
So I was expecting the show just to be not good at all. So I was, I was ready for that. But I thought the writing was sort of there. It had potential. But because it's Vince Vaughn, I felt he didn't execute very well.
Right, left you wanting a little more. Yeah, I thought that it was probably about what I expected. I didn't expect a lot. He is a comedic actor. I don't believe him in that sense, just because he's such more of a straight man. And he's not going to put himself out there a lot with new voices, characters.
He doesn't do stand-up, right?
He does not. What was interesting is he did, I'm forgetting the name of the tour, I apologize, but he sponsored a comedy tour. Several years back, they did a DVD and some other things. So that is his world of comedy, and I think he must have got involved in some level, especially because when we went to the opening monologue, he was doing what a stand-up would call audience work.
Yeah.
Which a lot of stand-ups refuse to do because audience work is a very, it's, I think Robin Williams called it emotional skydiving without a parachute. Because when it works, it's amazing, and when it doesn't, it's death.
And I thought it worked. That was like I thought that was the most entertaining part of the whole episode was his interaction with the audience. And usually, when the hosts go into the audience, they have people that have been placed in there that are like the actors or
most
people
definitely
from
the
the
plants.
cast. Yeah, the plants. And so to have him be interacting with real audience members, I mean, to see their reactions and it just was so funny. Just seeing the real life reactions of these people. That one girl. And what she did. Paige.
Oh, beautiful Paige. Shout out to Paige.
Paige had a really cute dress. Cute dress, Paige. Are you supposed to dress up when you go to SNL tapings?
If she knew she was sitting in the front row, maybe she did, because she's like, I'm going to be on camera, and I'm telling the coworkers, getting my hair done, and the whole nine. So who knows?
She looked good. You looked good, girl. And then the guy that Eric, I think, he took his phone away, and he had this look of absolute shock on his face when he did that. And I was like, okay, because at Paige, I was like, oh, maybe she's a plant, but then his interaction with Eric, I'm like, okay, definitely not.
I agree.
Definitely
I kind of felt the same
plant.
way. I totally think that sold it, because Eric, he started off where he goes, I'm a little bit nervous. And I was like, he's a lot a bit nervous. He is, but, what are you going to do if you're not a performer and 6'5" Vince Vaughn is being weird to you on national television?
And then Adrian, a gentleman and a sailor.
A gentleman and a sailor.
You look like a gentleman and a sailor.
I thought he looked like Robin Williams. My second Robin Williams reference here.
Wow.
But I thought he looked like Robin Williams mixed with Santa Claus.
I
can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Go look at this episode again, and we'll.
Or the Dos Equis guy.
Oh yeah, like white-haired
You know?
Dos Equis
The-
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like if you
most.
just whitened his beard more and
Oh yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but since we had so much Vince Vaughn doing Vince Vaughn, I think we can just talk about the monologue now. What did you think of the monologue?
I liked it because it was different when, like you said, it wasn't the writers or any actors in the audience. It was a legit, reaction happening, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I kind of felt like it dragged a little bit near the end, and I was trying to figure out if Vince Vaughn was going off cards or if he was actually just kind of going off the top of his head and just winging it, improvising it a little bit.
Right.
So I like the flow of it, but I don't know. When I was watching this, I could kind of see him being a host on a late night show. His just
Very
the way
Jimmy
he's-
Kimmel-esque.
Yeah, I would
the way
agree.
he
Jimmy
can
Kimmel-esque.
interact and talk, and he's got that the body language, like I don't know how to explain it.
Host always.
I agree. I think it's
know?
let's hear Keetin.
Well,
She has a better voice than mine.
No. I mean, just with saying that he seems like a late night guy. Whenever he was interacting with the audience member, he would hold them close, and like that's what hosts do. They pull them closer to make them feel comfortable because obviously they're out of their element. But you
Sure.
hold them close and
Make sure they don't wiggle out of
yeah,
the shot
and
all
yeah,
that
stay
such.
in here. You make sure the microphone and I thought he did that really well. So he did feel like an.
And he seems so comfortable with it that I think during that comedy tour, so check the DVD if you're very interested in this, but I'm sure on that comedy tour he must have gotten involved with some stand-up at some point. And, he's a Chicago guy. There's a lot of theater there. So
There is.
maybe before Swingers he was doing a little theater with Favreau or something.
Maybe.
Maybe a little improv comedy sports or something. But
I could see that, definitely.
Yeah, who knows? I'm not. Well, you're a super fan. Shouldn't you know about Vince Vaughn?
Every single movie like I've seen him in, like you're right. The more like I talk to you guys about it, and like Vince Vaughn haters, I've never met a Vince Vaughn hater, so this is new to me, you guys. But every time I talk to people about Vince Vaughn, you always like him. But yeah, you guys are absolutely right. He plays the same guy in every single movie. I'm going through all the movies in my head right now, and I'm just like, wow. They're right. Oh, my heart's a little broken.
And this new movie is coming out. It's an internship. Is that what it's called? Intern.
Right, which they had the promo
Yeah.
for. That was the first time I had ever seen the promo for that.
Kind of looks like the Wedding Crashers continued.
Yeah, I was like, is it Wedding Crashers too?
I felt like that they should have kind of created it in that sense and had the same characters because I would have loved to see his wife coming back in or because he got married to that crazy chick and I just thought that would be great. You can still go back to those kind of jokes and it wouldn't be a repetitive Vince Vaughn doing his own stand-up or his own style.
Just his own thing.
Him.
But that is the gift and the curse of a superstar actor because, he does the same thing every time, but he also gets paid to do the same thing every time.
Lots of money.
And that's what it is. George Clooney does the same thing every time. Jennifer Aniston does the same thing every time.
Yep.
If they want to do something different, then you have to go to independent film. So
True story.
it's not a knock on him. It's just a reality of the acting business. And
He had the golden ticket.
that's right.
Yeah.
Crying your way down of your slide into your golden swimming pool in the backyard of your huge house here in Encino because you're rich and you don't care.
Oh, must be nice.
Yes. And you know what would make us rich and wealthy?
What?
If people commented and liked us on iTunes and
Oh
YouTube.
yes, please.
Please do. We appreciate it.
It's
we
free.
need your support. It is free.
It's free.
Everything on the internet's free.
You want to hear our voices. Come on. Who
Yeah.
doesn't,
Well,
right?
probably your guys is not so much mine. Mine is grainy and nasally and got me punched a lot in the screw.
Come
Those are all made up stories for
okay,
another time.
hope.
But we'll make it through. But what would make me feel better as an adult would be if you really get on there, watch us on YouTube, check us out on the live stream, call in, comment us. We really appreciate it. Check out some of the other AfterBuzz shows. We got a lot of them and a lot of great ones. Building another studio because we have so many great ones. So
You gotta get a tour of that studio. It's pretty sweet.
yeah. Super good stuff. So right into the sketches, we had the cold open, which was Obama. Hey,
Obama.
politics are back. Look out. Jay Farrow is Mr.
Jay
Obama.
Farrow.
Gun control. Gun control.
I thought it was, I feel like gun control is a very, very touchy subject.
Is that right?
I just don't even want to go.
You just want to go back to abortion conversations
Yeah,
after
I
the
mean,
gun control ones? You're
gun
like,
control
"Ah."
is too serious for me.
Yeah.
No, but I think it was super funny how they did that and kind of making fun of the Republican and the bipartisan Democrat, or I don't know what those two guys.
I think that's a fair way to describe
Yeah,
it.
I think that's what they played.
Hader and Sudeikis.
Yeah, Hader and Sudeikis, and I don't know. I just thought that they lightly touched on it. They didn't go too far into it, and not too Pharaoh heavy. And I'm usually a Pharaoh lover. I usually like him, but like lately, ever since I started hosting on this show, I've liked Pharaoh less and less and less. And I feel so bad about it because I used to love him. But I'm really glad they brought those other two guys in there. I think it balanced it out nicely.
Wonderful.
Yeah, without those two guys, Bill Hader and Jason Sudeikis, like, I think that sketch would have been terrible. Because, I used to not mind Jay Farrell, and then I've only been on the show 1 week, and I'm already being on that, I get what you guys are talking about him now, and it just, I don't like him as Obama, I've decided.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I've decided Fred Armisen should go back to it, and I really hope The Rock. Do you guys remember The Rock episode when he hosted? I'll never forget I'm pretty sure it was Fred Armisen that was playing Obama, but The Rock was hosting.
And he
like,
did Hulk
gets
Obama
angry.
or something?
Yes, yeah.
Angry Obama. Yeah.
Like, how do you top that? Fred Armisen just can do Obama so much better, and I don't know how The Rock came into that conversation. Sorry.
Those
He's
are
hot.
fair points. I don't know if I can exactly agree with you, but I think those are fair points.
Agree.
I will say,
Agree.
well, there's the one thing about the Obama oppression that they've never been able to figure out, because it's just not that funny no matter what, because Obama just doesn't have a lot to make fun of, and the only thing people seem to, when they do the impression, is to try and make him more black. And that just makes people uncomfortable, because that's the only thing they're trying to grab onto, like connect him to Jay-Z or something. And that never exactly works. So nobody's ever got that, George Bush linchpin. Like, everybody figured that one out. Well, because he was hilarious and stupid.
Yeah.
But side note, so I could go either way on that. I think Jay Farrow's impression is stronger. Maybe Fred Armisen has a couple more unique ticks. Maybe it makes it funny, but
I don't know. I never thought Fred Armisen. It just threw me off whenever Fred Armisen was Obama, because he looked so different from Obama. And even if his voice matched Obama's perfectly, I was just like, it doesn't work for me just because you look so different. And sometimes I was like, I really hope they're not painting your face dark to do this, because that is so inappropriate. So I don't know. I think I do like Jay better as Obama, but
watch, if they bring Fred Armisen and he's Obama, I guarantee you'll be like, yes.
They should have an Obama off between the two.
That would be great.
They should. That would be a great sketch, you guys.
To have two of them, maybe something Obama's talking to himself or something. That would be a great little way.
Well, in the beginning, before this year started, over the summer, apparently he was doing it at a lot of open mic, esque things. Jay Farrell, speaking of. And Lorne Michaels said that he's took it to a whole new level, and he was completely ready for it, and everybody's gonna love it this year. It wasn't any different. I don't know what happened there, but I guess didn't take off. Much like this bit to me, it just kind of laid there a little bit, and that's what happens in a lot of political sketches. It gets very talky. They don't have any blocking. There's no movement whatsoever, and a lot of talking heads and one-liners. And it was okay. Yeah. It was.
But they have been able to actually hit those jokes politically wise. When they have Tina Fey as
Sarah Palin.
Yes, that worked out really well. It was funny from start to finish. Or when Amy Poehler was Hillary Clinton.
Look at me again.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? It's one of those. They can do it.
So the key is make them crazy or stupid.
Yeah.
If you get somebody who can talk about politics who either seems crazy, Hillary Clinton, or stupid, Sarah Palin.
Isn't that most politicians? No, I'm sorry.
Probably at the end of the day. Yeah. It's kind of a silly job being a politician at the end of the day, isn't it? But then again, so is talking into a mic in a little room about a show.
Yeah, so should we move on to Al Pacino's HBO series?
Let's just move on. And so Al Pacino doing the biopics. He did I'm forgetting, what is this? Kaczynski. That's Ted. That was one of the ones they made fun of.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Kevorkian.
Dr. Kevorkian.
Trying to get my Armenian names right in my head. Dr. Kevorkian. He did that one. So they're kind of building off all the Al Pacino biopics.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought, I feel like murder trials are so in pop culture these days. I feel like they're such, obviously the O.J. Simpson trial, but even more so in the past year or so, I just feel like it's Conrad Murray, Oscar Pistorius, that woman who probably killed her young child, I can't remember her name, but it's just like all in our faces, and it's even in like you watch like E! News, and like that stuff is on E! News, and it's like, wait, I thought this was supposed to be like pointless, like like celebrity news, not like a murder trial. Like that's a little more serious, guys. Come on, I'm not watching this for CNN stuff. Like back off. But I just thought it was funny. The Conrad Murray and the Oscar Pistorius, I wrote those two ones down because I just thought those bits of him just sitting back and putting up his feet, and they were like
crossing them.
It's not funny, but it was. So
yeah, I liked it. It was kind of a weak sketch. I don't get what they're trying to do. Are they trying to replace digital shorts with these little video clips? Because they're not like really working previews. For me. Vince Vaughan wasn't even in it. At least last week they had Over the Line, and it was with Melissa McCarthy was actually in it. So why?
I guess this. I mean, I think it was long. I think it was a little too long. It would have helped if they tightened it. Took like the Menendez brothers. I remember that, but that was a long time ago. I think that was '93. The Menendez
it's
brothers.
On right now.
Yes. And the Menendez brothers were as white as Bill Hader. So it was a cute little tequila bit. But then I was like, maybe just trim that up. But I guess since it's a promo for HBO, I guess it falls under the genre of SNL commercial parodies.
That's fair.
Yeah, they're getting long on them.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But, I thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was a clever thing. And his Al Pacino is great. And a lot of people do an Al Pacino. But I think Hader's is, in the upper echelon of those. So I enjoyed it. Kind of brought us into the next bit, which was very, very interesting, which was Stormy Skies.
Just bring back Californians. Come on, don't even try to do a different
exactly.
soap opera.
Yeah, that's a great correlation there, because it was definitely the Californians kind of like, let's put a spin on soap opera. A hybrid soap opera of. I thought they were gonna do an actual news report and do a soap opera at the same time.
That would have been impressive if they could have figured out how to do that.
Right. They did not go that way. They just talked in. Newscaster speak, I guess.
It was. That's exactly. I mean, I worked on a news broadcast show down for my community college. Yeah, so the way that they were talking was dead on with how the weathermen actually really talk and how the anchors talk to each other. I actually really like this sketch, and I
can see that.
I love the whole part when she points to God, what was, I don't know, but she was talking about Vince Vaughn's body, describing him, and then she goes over here. There's 2 inches, right over here with little or no participation. So
the 8 to 10 inches for Vince Vaughn. Yes. Which is where it took off for me. I thought when we went into the sexual lingo and the innuendo, I was like, okay, this really has legs.
Yeah.
And then they seemed to get each kind of vignette kind of got farther away from that.
Yeah.
What did you think, Keetin?
I just thought Keetin had a horrible impression of Al Roker.
Oh, yes.
I was like, why would you even bring in that button at the end if he couldn't do an Al Roker? Like, Al Roker, I feel like, I mean, obviously I can't do an Al Roker, but like he seems like a type of person in the media that he has such a character traits that it would be easy to kind of do an impression of him.
Or a voice close to it.
Something. And it was just so off. It just was awkward that they even brought him in at the end, and I was that really disappointed me. And just like I didn't like the sketch really at the beginning, and then that I was like, okay, I'm done.
I guess is Al Roker the most famous newscaster in America?
You mean weatherman?
Well, he's a weatherman, but yeah, of newscaster weatherman fame, I guess he's the most famous.
Probably.
I would say
weather,
so.
Yeah, I can't think of another one over his head, but
exactly.
See,
and it's New York, and they're filming in New York.
Your neck
so
of the
it makes
woods.
Sense,
Your neck of the woods, right?
I love how Adie Bryant was in the background when Bill Hader was outside. He's like, I don't know why I'm outside.
That was funny.
But it's raining, and she's like.
Because
that always happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Which 20 years ago on the show In Living Color, they used to have a sketch of that bit where they'd have the newscaster doing like a 3-minute report, and it'd be Jim Carrey or somebody else in the back just doing goofy stuff, and it was awesome. So I kind of, when I saw that, I was just like, oh, made me pine for the nostalgia of that sketch, but.
I liked when they did the green screen as well, and like she walks in front of the green screen and my dress is the same color as the screen, and then each day had a different Vince Vaughn emotional face. That was a funny bit of it.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely very likable.
Yes.
It's kind of, actually, you know what? Because Keetin was clever enough to connect it to the Californians, it left me with the same feelings that the Californian sketch is. There's chunks of it that I really, really like, and there's some other stuff that I could probably do without. And I was like, that's what I always wanted with the Californians, is they keep doing the same sketch over and over without, I felt like, fixing or tweaking it. And I don't know what the harm is in trying to improve something, even if you're changing it along the way.
Maybe it's a time thing. Maybe it's, they have so many sketches, and it's like you have to fill a certain amount of time for each of these live episodes. So
that's true.
You can't really tweak it that much, because then you're pulling out too much content. So I don't know. One of us needs to get on SNL and figure this out.
That's right. Working from within, from our little bunker down here in California. We'll figure it out. We'll send a pigeon with a note on it or something. Let us know. We must be heard. So again, I guess this is where the more digital short thing, or want to be digital short, would come in, which would be the history of punk, which is Fred Armisen's, I think, what he probably been asking to do for 10 years, because this is so Fred Armisen to be able to play the guitar, pretend he's an English punker, because I think that's exactly who he always wanted to be as a kid,
Well, can I real quick go back to the weather show real quick?
Oh, please do.
Because you mentioned Fred Armisen. They showed him in the opening of the Weather Channel, and starring, and he had an eye patch. Why wasn't he in the sketch?
I didn't even remember that, and you're 100% right.
Mine just got blown. Mine
wow.
So did they do the Weather Channel before this? I've never seen the sketch before.
I've never seen the Weather Channel.
I've never seen it either.
Okay.
Maybe they're gonna have it be a switch out for Californians. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to grow legs with it. So.
Wow, good eye.
That was good. Look at you.
Look at that. You got the scoop. You're
gosh.
Wow. Gumshoe history reporter here. Somebody did their Carmen Sandiego as a kid. She's doing this for you people out there. So like and comment and thank Roya directly, even on her Twitter.
Yes.
So back to history of punk. What did you guys think?
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a funny. When people talk in British accents and are angry, like punk rockers, it's just funny to me. I don't know, and especially when they're talking about Margaret Thatcher, may she rest in peace. But I was wondering when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, I wonder if they had this idea before she passed away, or if this was something that's like spun off of the fact that she passed away to kind of be a little homage to the Iron Lady, which I really dug that song at the end. I was like, I like that's catchy. I kind of like that song. But I thought the way that they filmed it, it was so authentic to that documentary, like rock and roll documentary. I was like, wow, if I didn't know who these cast members were and somebody showed me that, I'd be like, oh wow, this is a really interesting band. I want to listen to their records and stuff. But I don't know. I thought it was good, but it wasn't as funny. I think it could have been. And who is that guy?
Which one?
Where'd he go? The bigger guy with the sunglasses.
The bigger guy with sunglasses was the actual musician.
Oh, really?
I'm spacing on what band he was from, but it was an actual musician.
Oh, interesting.
So they kind of threw him in for authenticity, I believe.
Well, that's good, I guess.
But again, I 100% agree with you. It's so well done and so spot on. Even this part, I appreciated so much, where you have the lead singer paying attention, the bassist is just like picking his nails. Everybody has a different posture of caring, and they're only talking to one guy in the band, and it's so true to form. And so I appreciated the quality of it probably more than the content. I didn't find it all that funny, but I found it extremely entertaining.
Yeah. I thought it was, I agree, it was definitely well done. And considering they had 6 days to kind of think of something right after she died, the shock of her death, and
not so shocking to me, because I found out she died watching this.
Oh, really?
When they did the bumper at the end and it said 2013, I was like, she died?
Yeah, I was watching with my roommate. I'm like, oh, is she dead? What? See? When did that? Oh.
It's funny. The only reason I know that she died was because I was watching E! News, and they talked about
that
Meryl
hit
Streep.
E! News? Wow, good for them.
Oh,
because
Meryl Streep. Yeah.
And
so that's how I found out she died. So we all have our ways.
Wow. Yeah, that completely escaped me. I don't know. What day was that?
That was Monday, I thought.
Yeah.
Monday.
I
don't know what I was doing then. Maybe I was playing Nintendo 64 or something in my dreams. I have no idea. I have short-term memory loss.
Nice little lead in.
That's right. With the short-term memory loss theater, the STML theater, with Bill Hader as the doctor on stage walking these patients through idiocy.
Right.
I mean, let's say.
It was pretty clever to think of that. You know, how is he going to get short-term memory people to say their lines? Oh, he's going to just sit on the stage and actually say their lines for them. I thought that was pretty funny. But I did think it sucked at the end. I can say that, right?
Yeah, you can say sucked.
Your mom's not here. You can say it
Jay
sucked.
Farrell,
It stunk.
yeah.
Watch your mouth, Keetin. I said Roya could say it. Okay, we don't want this to snowball.
Jay Farrell kind of just ruined it for me. Why did it have to be him? I thought maybe Tim Robbins could have done a better job of coming up on stage and forgetting his lines and wanting to do it, but just forgetting. And I just thought, they're like, hey, let's throw him in there. All right, it's over. Let's take a bow. All right, bow. And that was my take on it. But I liked it. I thought the beginning was funny. Liked A.D. Bryant in it and Vince Vaughn.
I kept trying to figure out, like, I usually love when they crack and, like, they start laughing at each other. But this time I was like, why are you even laughing at each other? Like, I didn't think it was funny. Like, why? Like, none of them were in like, such a deep character where it was, like, it was, like, funny. I don't know. They all...
Like Fred Armisen was probably the one that was more into his character. Because he come out and he
in that
went
coat.
he just, like, went in circles and didn't know what to do. And I felt like he was doing more improv lines than any of them, obviously. Trying to mess it up, probably purposely, but go on.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I just, like... I don't know. I didn't think it was very funny. The whole thing, and except when they start laughing at each other, then I start laughing like,
Yeah, a little bit.
You're laughing at each other.
I liked A.D. Bryant in the beginning. I felt like that's the first like 15, 20 seconds. I was like, oh, I felt like it was gonna be really funny and probably the standout sketch of the night, and it really again gave me a lot of nostalgia when he went through his whole speech. Which took too long. But when he went through his whole speech, I was like, oh, short-term memory man, which was Tom Hanks' character in the late 80s that he did on SNL, which is awesome. So if you haven't seen that and you have the means, go look that up. I think it's on one of those Netflix, shortened versions of SNL. But his character is great. He's on this date and he has no memory. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but watch that because that's what this should have been. So I think I was doubly disappointed because I had something for it to live up to, and it didn't quite.
It's hard to live up to Tom Hanks.
Right, exactly. And
Even his son's trying to figure that out.
And it's really so well done, and that's a little more to play with than here because they had the one joke of I'm gonna tell you the line and then you say it. The performance aspect was a little heavier than I think for most people to carry here. I mean, you had. Nobody, I just felt like it lacked emotion. Nobody was taking the fact that they couldn't do it with any sensitivity or vulnerability or the fact that they care. They were just like, okay, then you say the line. And I was like, I wanted him to get upset. I wanted some tension to develop with this. People actually care about what's going on here. And I never felt like it happened. And especially then the only person who seemed to care was Jay Farrell.
Yeah.
But there's just no timing to that. So...
I don't know. It almost felt more so than a short-term memory loss sketch. It almost seemed like it was like little kids trying to do a play type sketch.
Yes, exactly.
And like they're like, oh, what's my line? And then they just That's what it felt more like than adults, like with short-term memory. But having short-term memory probably sucks. Have you guys seen that documentary Finding Nemo? I mean, the character of Dory, she struggles really, really hard, and now they're gonna do another documentary called Finding Dory. So
right. Oh wow.
See, I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Exactly.
Wow.
But at least Dory was funny.
Yeah,
right.
True story. Where is Ellen?
Yes.
Just keep
swimming. Just keep swimming.
These voices need to be heard. So I'm glad we're giving a platform for this type of outreach. So if you know somebody or have known somebody who suffers from short-term memory loss, then I'll repeat that sentence again because they probably forgot it.
And comment or like us on iTunes as well.
And help us out because we actually aren't that sensitive at the end of the day.
No.
And so sensitivity led us into Weekend Update because it was kind of at least the Twitter thing of the week and the story of the week was
hopping over Miguel, huh?
Oh, you want to go into Miguel?
No, I just wanted
Let's
to
save
make you
Miguel.
feel really
Let's
embarrassed.
save him for the
Save
end.
Miguel for the end.
We'll
Okay.
save him for the end.
wanna make you feel really
we'll get to you,
awkward.
Miguel.
Don't you worry.
Just like Sleeves would say on a shirt, we'll get to you, Miguel. You're not going to be sleeveless forever. So on Weekend Update, we had the Brad Paisley LL Cool J song, The Accidental Racist,
Yes.
which literally blew up the internet with boredom.
Yes.
Have you guys heard this song, by the
No,
way?
I searched for it. I tried to find it, and I could not find the song to
Couldn't find
listen
it?
to.
Well, it's not on YouTube because they, didn't want them to put it on YouTube, but I found it.
Oh, I found it on
right away.
YouTube.
Oh,
yeah. I found it.
Repost or official?
It's someone posted it with a picture, so it's someone's own
okay.
YouTube thing.
Gary the Great.
Yes,
or
exactly.
something.
But
Shout out to whatever username posted that. So Roya can do that.
yeah.
I'm very disappointed in my internet skills right now. I could not find the Accidental Racist song because it was the talk of the town
Yes.
or the
Yes.
internet. But I hear it's my boyfriend had heard about it and he just was like, it's not even worth it. It's so bad.
Does he like country?
No.
No. Do you
He
like
likes
country?
Yes, and he likes rap, so it's kind of we're like, oh, maybe.
Oh my God, we can get married to this. I guess it didn't happen, huh?
No.
You'll have to go back to that Tim McGraw Nelly hit from about 10 years ago.
Over and
right?
over again.
What did you think, Roya? Did you like the song?
It was no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, no, it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's just you know how they talked about it in the show in Weekend Update where LL Cool J just kind of throws stuff out.
Right.
See, they did a little sample of it. It was exactly like that.
Right.
Very disappointing. I mean, I don't really like country that much. My friends taught me to like country, and I actually think I saw him live.
Brad Paisley or
I
LL
believe
Cool
so.
J?
No,
I saw
Brad
Brad
Paisley.
Paisley live.
Yeah.
He's great live at the Hollywood Bowl.
So
Not singing Accidental Racist songs. So.
Yes.
Shame on you, Brad. Shame on you.
No. Yeah, I don't really see the need for this song. I mean, are we still there? I mean,
apparently, I don't know.
yeah, I think like
Apparently,
a
all
lot
this other nuclear war isn't any more important than race.
everybody dresses like they're from the 1950s now, so I don't really understand.
It's because of Mad Men.
Yeah, exactly. So like I think like Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake has more of an edge and a political point than that song really needs to make. But I will give one. I'm not a Keetin fan, as some people who follow this show may know. I'm not a Keetin fan. Never was, never will be. I am a Kel liker, not a lover. Not a Keetin fan. His
Keetin
LL
fan.
Cool J, I appreciate. Oh, I meant to say
Say I'm not a
Keetin.
Keaton fan.
No. I said I'm a Keenan liker. Did I say Keetin?
You did
You
say
did,
Keaton.
yeah.
Oh man, there's something
My
wrong
heart
with
is
that.
Awkward.
I'm a Kel Keenan
Keenan.
Keaton. Jeez, Louise.
Watch your
All
mouth,
right.
boy.
So I'm an accidental racist. No. I think his LL Cool J impression is actually good. will
I
say
would
that.
agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yes. If you weren't
But-
so hurt, you'd agree with me. But now you're just going to defend
LL
anything.
Cool J though is not really that difficult to mimic, but
Much better
No,
than Al
but-
Roker.
That's true. Very true.
But
Val.
there's so many impressions that he doesn't do that he does on the show. He just plays
true.
himself, which is. I'm afraid to say his name because I'm gonna get it wrong. Keenan Thompson. Jeez.
Call him KT.
What is? Okay, KT.
There we go.
Yeah, but what did you guys think of the bit overall? Did you enjoy it or?
I love the line. He said, with the cowboy hat, when Brad's talking to Ella, he's like, so what do you think I am with this cowboy hat? A gay pimp.
that was a funny line.
The interaction was really funny. Have you seen the interview with them when they were, I believe, on ABC or something along those
With
lines?
the actual LL Cool J and
Yeah,
Brad Paisley?
yeah. They were literally dead on with their copycat of it. And how
Really?
the way they were talking to each other and the way that they were giving information about how they came up with the song was exactly how it seemed on Weekend Update. So they did a good job getting the copy on that.
Kudos to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and
Appreciate
watch
that.
that now.
Now, this next story I was not familiar with, which was,
I couldn't find this one either.
the Maria Chapman,
Oh yeah, the girl with no name.
monkey woman.
Yeah.
And she has a book. I mean, I only know the information that they shared with me on the show.
I know.
I was like, this is so weird. It has to be true.
I don't.
And why I need to read a book about a woman who grew up by monkeys? Like, what is she going to tell me? That's
How does
all-
she write and speak
Right.
English? I'm very, very concerned.
Is that what the book's about, or is
And
that
how does
Maybe
she
very,
it's a
like,
picture book.
How does she have an accent if she's? It's not even a monkey accent.
It sounded like South African.
It's not even a monkey accent. Well, not all monkeys are from one place.
It was kind of a monkey accent in between some of her. I thought that was kind of unique how she did when she was answering questions every once in a while. She'd be like, ah! Like, you know, like do a little monkey scream.
Do animals have accents? Like a giraffe from Africa means like a giraffe.
Giraffes are only from Africa.
Have you not seen Madagascar? Come on.
Let's get
Madagascar.
a more Madagascar.
Bam.
That's what we're basing our animal knowledge off
Chris
of now.
Tucker as a zebra.
Yeah. Chris Tucker's not even believable as a person, let alone a zebra. So let's just get him out of it. Come on.
Wow. Jada
Dream
Pinkett
big.
Smith was a hippo, right?
Yes.
Still trying to go through it. I'm not saying that to offend her. She's a beautiful woman. She plays a hippo on Madagascar.
I think this pretty much sums up monkey. Which was it wasn't Kate McKinnon's best, I don't think, by far. It was not that funny of a bit. She's a very great performer, but
she committed though.
Yeah, she did.
Like you could tell she was like improving some of the lines too. She would, she
tried to milk it with the in the
Yeah.
middle of her sentences and stuff, just because that was the only thing the audience was seeming to respond to at that point.
Because I think everybody was like us. It's like, is this a real thing? Like,
Everybody just went down to their phone. They're like, I gotta find this. Amazon this.
Poor
book.
Eric didn't even have his phone. Vince had it in his back pocket the whole show.
No, call it back. Call it back.
Oh, well, yeah, Weekend Update. I love Weekend Update. It's like, it's usually my favorite, like, thing of the whole, like, if the show's not going well, I'm like, yes, Weekend Update,
Yes.
it's here.
Save
those
us,
are
Weekend Update.
Those are always funny bits.
Yes.
And then we went a little back in time after that.
We
went to
did.
the junior high prom.
But we didn't really go back in time
'Cause
because it said 2013.
It was.
Right, but back
Yeah.
in time for us,
Oh.
I meant.
What are you
If
talking
we were
about? I'm
going
14.
to the junior high prom.
Yeah, I just went to it last night. This is weird.
Yeah, okay. I feel like I should call the authorities if you just went to a junior high prom last night, but that's cool.
Hey, I donated, okay? I donated.
Donated some
Like
kisses
Vince
and
Vaughn.
some hugs.
Oh,
I live on a
okay.
hill. I
Yeah.
live on the hill.
Oh, man.
My junior high didn't have a prom.
Yeah.
And I went
Yeah.
to a wealthy school, so that's crap.
Yeah.
I don't believe any junior highs have proms.
What were they called in junior high? I can't even remember.
Dances.
Yeah.
They were just
Oh,
called,
yeah.
like, the
something dance.
Yeah.
That's true.
Valentine's Day dance or...
I won a couple dance contests in middle school. That's 100% true.
Really?
I had 2 Snickers to show for it. I won in 6th and 7th grade. 8th grade, I got ripped off.
By who?
The slower kid who won.
Oh.
You
Now,
know?
was it fun size or was it king size?
Oh, no, that was a full. Back then they didn't have king size.
Ah.
But that was a full 75-cent Snickers right then.
Kind of
So,
a big deal.
Yeah.
I won the science fair. I didn't win any dance competitions. But, you know,
What?
to each his own.
Did you study the science of dance?
No.
I guess then it's just not relevant.
No.
But junior high prom.
Yeah.
What did you feel? What did you feel?
Oh man, I mean, it was Vince Vaughn trying very hard not to be Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
Really hard, and
Yes.
it was very uncomfortable. Like, it was one of those. I just was like, I know where you're going with this, and it's not funny when there's a predator at a junior high.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a funny topic, really.
Right.
Uh,
But he wasn't. I mean,
true.
he turned out not to be a predator. It seemed like.
Was he a predator or was he just gay and trying to?
I didn't think he was gay. I think that they wanted him to be really weird and eccentric, like the rich man who lives on the hill. And Vince Vaughn doesn't stretch to a character like that.
But Tim Robbins at the end when he goes, "I didn't get a dance with you,"
and he
pass.
did. Yeah, he did like
Pass,
a gay
yeah.
up and down
Yeah.
look, like pass.
Yeah. So, what does that mean?
The whole bit was lost. I don't believe there's a prom at a junior high to the point where I don't believe he's gay, and I don't know what's going
and
on.
I thought the teachers that were constantly commenting on, I think it was Keenan Thompson,
A.D.
A.D.
Bryant,
Bryant,
yeah.
and
You almost messed up his name. You see that?
Keetin Thompson. No,
And
I
Bill
just
Hader.
like they didn't. Yeah, they gave nothing to it. I don't know. Like they're a
Yeah.
little.
I thought
It's just
80 was
weird.
probably the stronger one out of the three.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. On that.
She gets slapped just for not saying
Just for-
anything.
At the
Why
end
did you
of-
slap me? I didn't say it.
Yeah.
And then, wow, what Bill Hader just kept saying, the man on the hill. Is this the man on the hill? Yes. The man on the hill.
Ray-Bans.
Yeah. So, I mean, I literally this entire show, I rated things by great or
And that was an eh.
It was an eh.
Yeah. I think that was my least favorite of the night, just because none of it seemed to make sense.
Yeah.
It seemed like a guy from Jupiter was making fun of humans in a sketch.
You mean Vince Vaughan?
Bring back Coneheads.
Yeah. Bring back Coneheads. Now, here's a fun one. You guys look like you're 18. I'm sure you're around that age. So I don't know if you remember John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight, but he was a guy who used to be on Entertainment Tonight. And he's also a musician. He actually left to do music, okay? So this is a little background if you're not familiar with this bit. He wrote the song they were doing, the John Tesh, the Round Ball Rock, which is still the song they do on NBC for basketball for like, geez, what, 20-something years later? And so now's as good a time as any to do a bit about an esoteric song that was written 23 years ago that people aren't even sure of. And John Tesh hasn't been on Entertainment Tonight since 1996 or 7. So, yeah.
That's why I don't know who he is.
Exactly. I guarantee you most people do not know who John Tesh is. Yeah, he quit to do music, and it was kind of a big joke back then because nobody expected the music that he did. I like the Round Ball Rock song, but don't know. I don't get it. That's all I can say.
I just loved how they had little hammers, and they were, we didn't want her to go down this way. Then why did you have little hammers in your pockets?
Right, and that was beautiful, and I loved that joke. That was a great joke. But then I was like, that was the one chance for them to have a lot of fun. And Tim Robinson seemed more methodical and like making sure he was like, okay, this is my blocking for this, and I have to hit all these in a row. Instead of, I was like, I thought he would just look at them dead and just swing, hit stuff. Who cares? You know, make it more crazy. It seemed controlled chaos, and I thought chaos would have won over there.
You know what, Keetin, when he, this is his only line that made him actually make me like him a little bit more, was he's like, burn it down! Just felt like that was me and my work situation, you know, when you don't want to be there, you're like, just burn it down. Not that I'm going to do that. Those that work with me don't
care. Exactly. I was like,
don't worry.
Where do you work?
Can I get a refill of water?
I thought it was... It just kind of laid flat for. I liked the song. I had it stuck in my head for a while after, so I was really sad they took the lyrics away. But after the prom night, honestly, I was like, okay, I'm lost in this episode.
Right,
Vince.
We got into a definite sea of weirdness at this 15-minute block of the show.
Yeah.
And then we had the reoccurring. This is the second time they've done it, which is Donnelly's Bar, which is kind of Kate McKinnon's one-off, you know, where she gets to do her thing and be bizarre. I like her bizarre. This was bizarre.
How did they? I have no idea how they were like licking each other. How either of them kept a straight face the whole time.
Yeah, the nose, the chin.
But what really bothered me about this sketch, because I did think it was funny and weird, and but the fact that Vince Vaughn was so, you could just tell he was reading off a prompter the entire sketch until they started making out with each other, and it just was just like, okay, and some of their, I remember one line even was, oh, we're looking into each other's eyes, and it's like, no, you're not. You're reading the teleprompter right now. You're not even looking into her eyes. But I thought it was funnier than a lot of the other sketches.
Yeah, definitely. Seeing those two together and how they're just that really awkward couple at a bar, last call, kind of. Definitely seen that at bars, and definitely been creeped out every time I see it. But I love that T-shirt. She just got all up in this shirt, and
that was fun.
Right. Yeah.
I love the cuts to Keetin. I think those are very well placed, and I think they are very well timed throughout the sketch. Because sometimes they just are pointless, and I thought I laughed every time they cut to him.
Yeah, I think it was fun, and I think it gives both them a lot of room to play, and I think that they did that. So I think it was a fair sketch to end the show.
Yeah, I love the lines when they're sitting and it's like, I couldn't tell, is that a woman over there? Oh, okay, I guess that would work.
Yeah, it was like the most depressing thing. Yeah.
I
like the blended genitals too.
Oh yeah, that was a great line. Whoever wrote that, because I was like, what does that mean? Oh,
that is a new medical term for me. And I was afraid to look up on the internet after I heard. Image search is a dangerous animal.
Oh god.
What left a little bit to be desired is who we foreshadowed before? Miguel. Miguel. I was not familiar with the Miguel. What did you ladies think?
Was it Prince? Like
Was it Prince? No, it was Miguel.
It was like a bigger version. Like he was just like
Prince
seemed a more
Miguel.
buff version of Prince.
Right. Well, Prince is like fits in a teacup. Prince is in its own.
I don't know. I was just very confused by him, and I was like, I feel like he's singing about women, but like I feel like he might be into men.
Right.
I was very. I don't know, Miguel. And he does have a beautiful voice. I'll give it to you for that. But like. I as you said earlier, it's like where were the choruses? Where was like I don't know, just none of the songs made sense to me.
It was like an interlude on a
like,
1990s jazz album.
Yeah.
We're like, where is this song going? Did it tickle your ears?
It didn't. When he was performing, I couldn't hear him. His audio was really low. I felt like the other audio, like guitar. I was actually watching the guitarist guy behind him.
They were so into it. The
Yeah,
band
did you
was.
see
The
him?
band
He was all like, yeah. And then Miguel's just singing on the white microphone. Have you noticed how white that microphone was?
I was
white.
into that. I was like, that is a wood
Yeah,
microphone.
I didn't know.
I thought it was pretty.
Yeah,
I like the white
I did
microphone.
too.
That's my
That
favorite part.
Stood out because it was so dark.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could barely see anything going on the stage.
Yeah.
Like the lights were really dark. His mic was really low.
Yes.
The whole band was stealing the show in the background,
Exactly.
jamming out.
I thought the setup was pretty cool. The way they didn't just make it a typical SNL. I'm a band. I'm gonna play here. They actually made their own stage in a way. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Like Justin Timberlake, when he performed, he had his own setup in the background, and it was nice to see that versus just the stage and us on them on podiums.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But Miguel, you're no Justin Timberlake. So I don't know why
Yeah, that's true.
with the SNL stage.
He is now. So hopefully next week we'll have
Next week.
We
a better
weeks.
band. Well,
Next week.
oh, I'm sorry, not next week. May 4th is the next episode. And we can talk about predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yeah, so the next show is May 4th. That's Zach Galifianakis and the musical guest of Monsters and Men, which I am also not familiar with. So I'm hoping it's up better than the Miguel, the way that reached my ears. But any predictions for the Zach Galifianakis episode?
You first.
Oh, thank you. I love Zach Galifianakis. I especially love his series Between Two Ferns. So I really hope they do some type of interview, like where he is the awkward talk show host.
Okay.
Because his dry humor, I think, is just so funny. So yeah, I'm hoping we get some type of talk show host little play off of Between Two Ferns, please.
Okay.
Please, Zach.
I think it's got potential to be actually really good. Except for he hosted last year, or was it 2 years ago? He hosted before. I remember he's hosted, and
I think it was
not
like 2 years ago when
ago.
Hangover 2 came out.
That's right, and it was all right. I was hoping for it to be a lot better, but I'm hoping the second time around they'll know what works for him and what doesn't work for him. For the band, I'm actually kind of excited. I can't remember what song it is, but I have it on my iPod. And
That's how I feel about
yeah. It's on the radio a lot too. I'm sure you've heard it. You must have heard it if you.
Probably.
I don't want to give the wrong song name because there's two songs that are very similar to the one that they have, and I don't know which one it is.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, I think.
I have no idea where I was going with that. Sorry.
I think they're going
back
to. I think he's going to do a song in the opener. That's my guess.
Should we start like making bets about our predictions? I think that could be fun.
We totally could. I guess we'll have to save that for next
We will.
time.
We'll
since we're
save
out
it
of
for
time.
next time. So tune in.
But we'll do that. Until then, Keetin, where can we find you?
You
until the
can
next
find me on Twitter at KeetinM33. And that's where you can find me, guys.
Show? Awesome, Roya.
You can find me on Twitter at Roya to the yeah. That's ROY to the yeah.
To the yeah. You can find me on Twitter at @thatmattkyle. And that's it. And also on the website, my website, which is MatthewKyle.com. Always got something cool going on, so you can check us out there. Until May 4th, ladies, it has been a pleasure.
It has
For sure.
been.
I've learned. I've swum in the estrogen pool, and I love it. So, until May 4th, we shall see you again. Take care.
Yes.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.